It's Magic 102.1, the People Station, in here with Rick Ross. He has his new artist with him as well. And let me just say something before I get started with anything. Before I even talk about the music, you know what really I find intriguing about Rick Ross is that really you got a story, and I don't hear a lot about it, is that you were going in a direction with rap, and then you reinvented yourself, and then the hustling and the Def Jam and everything started to pop then. What happened pre that hustling stage?
You know, the whole time me getting on, I was writing for everybody and just, you know, making my mixtapes. You know, I'd have put out maybe 20 mixtapes, man, Albert Anastasia, all that. But I just feel like once the time was right, once I kicked the door in, I just knew I would never let that motherfucker close on me. You know what I'm saying? I'll never let it close on my face.
Did you know, did somebody tell you now's the time? Did you feel it was right? Because some people give up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't happening the way they want it to happen, so, you know, they go on to other things.
You know, success is not a thing somebody could tell you when it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? They could go get you a song with Mariah Carey on it, that goddamn, you know what I mean? It ain't nothing that nobody could tell you. You just got to know it's something that you got to accomplish. You know what I mean? So it ain't nothing that I'm going to quit. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep writing new flows, new bounces, putting new words together on new beats. And I'm going to keep doing this until goddamn one of them hit. You know what I mean? And Every Damn Hustling was that for me.
That album is still, I consider it a classic.
Port of Miami.
Yes, sir. The plan of, I see every time I talk to you, or every time I've seen you, or every time I see something on social, you're doing something new.
Right.
Was this always part of the plan, or these things just happen and you can't stop it from happening, so to speak?
I can't stop it from happening. You know what I mean? Because it was always, you know, I'm just one of them dudes let's keep going. What we gonna do next? You know what I'm saying? We can't just wear Air Forces every day. You know what I'm saying? We gotta put LVs on. We gotta have some type of vibe. And that's what come with the music. Once you realize, okay, this come with the music. Okay, the platform I got, I'm going to Africa next year. We going to Italy. We going to Greece. This is global. This bigger than your hood, you know what I'm saying? It's bigger than just, if you from the H, if it's the 5th ward, if it's the 3rd ward, man, there's people gonna be all around the world following your story, following your vibe, and your music may not be that fulfillment they need. They want more.
When'd you know that they needed more? In fact, what was the first business venture outside of music that really sparked like, oh yeah, now that I know I can do this, well, I know I can do this.
Man, like I said, when I went over to Africa.
Because it's audacity.
Yeah. When I went over to Africa and I seen on all the barbershops, they had an image of me with my beard. I say, damn. You know what I'm saying? I may need to make some pics. I may need to make some hair grease. I don't know yet, but I just, you know, these all the ideas I'm having. Boom. So, you know, most definitely once I got that first Wingstop, 1 went to 5, 5 went to 10, 15, 20. You know, now I just realized I got something else going on that I don't even understand. But we gonna keep feeding it until we get somewhere special.
Why you keep coming up with new stuff all the time? You could really just retire now. You've made enough. There's enough residual checks coming in.
No. I ain't gonna we ain't did enough.
Okay.
We got a lot more to keep doing, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, just like me making music, me watching Nino drop his freestyles, put his records together.
And
that make me want to make
on your signing and doing what you do, Mr. Nino. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, that make me want to make more music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's certain things that could drive you, and it's all about what drives you. If you may be somebody who just about paper or getting money, you may be saying, you know what, I'm finna go and chill. I got the crib on Star Island that's worth 95 million. I'm good. But that ain't just what drive Rozay. You know what I'm saying? Putting on a fresh outfit, kicking it with my dogs, going to camp last night, looking around, you know what I'm saying? Just that vibe, to me, that's more fulfilling than shit, a lot of things.
Well, you got a whole lot of stuff. How do you keep track? Who's the person that keeps track of every endeavor that you in? Because All I know is the food. I know you love cars, and I want to talk about cars, but there's probably about, I don't know, at least a good 10 things that you got your hands on. And I'm not talking about the music or the publishing.
No. This was something that we was discussing. I asked my sister. You know, my sister, my mom, that's who pretty much at the head. And, of course, I got teammates, but that's at the head of the empire for Rozay. But I'm somewhere in between 20, 25, possibly 30 partnerships.
Really?
Yeah.
And so you got your family. I like that. Your family in place to keep their eyes on all these ventures and adventures that Rozay is into.
Right.
I love it, man.
We're going to eat together. We trust each other. You know what I'm saying? And we going to ride to, you know what I mean? And boom, we on go. You see the Luke Belair, you see the Slippery Soap. You know, the car show going down.
Talk about the car show first, and then I want you to talk about every single thing.
I'm gonna try to remember. I'm gonna try to remember everything. But look, the car show, that was an idea we had a few years ago, 5 or 6 years ago.
Is that on your land where you do the car show?
Yeah. That's right at the Promised Land.
That's okay. So that's
300 plus acres of state.
Crazy.
Down in Fayetteville, right out of Atlanta, Georgia. You know, that was the idea we had. You know, I collect my cars. I've been collecting them. I love them. But once again, that's that little thing in the back of Rozay's mind. How can we make this a business? We buying cars, we spending money. Don't nobody want to see the cars. Don't nobody want to see the vibe. How we put this together. So it's like, let's sit down and come up with something. So we say we're going to do the first annual car show. Now we going on the 4th. So whatever that, couple years back, I said we're going to do the first annual car show. And it was, you know, it was a surprising, you know, just the vibe, the peace. It was never nothing, boy, we gonna get rich. That wasn't even the idea. You know what I mean? Just to have the vibes, the right hustlers come out, some real G's from Detroit, Chi-Town, H-Town, some real slabs come out there. I want to see that real candy paint, that real music, the interior guys, and just the dudes who own the cars. I want to network with them.
So is it like an all day event with all the cars?
All day.
They get trophies, there's music out there.
Big key holders, you know what I'm saying? You win, you know, that's what separated our car show. You win a big key. I don't even want to say how much them things cost each.
We don't have to
but guess what? You know, and that's what it's for. You know, because me being a youngster, me coming up, that's what, you know, what was most important to me.
What's Rozay's car? What's your first car? You still have it. Classic car, and you still have it.
Man, I want to say R.I.P. to my granddad. He gave me a 76 Caprice. I ain't still got it. That's why you got to be careful with them paint niggas, man. Them niggas will keep your car, man. Them niggas will give you a tab so high, and you a young nigga trying to bring that $300 a week to a nigga. And boy, 3 years go by, and boy, you get out of touch.
All right, so what's your car now? What's your favorite car now that you got right now?
My favorite, it's hard for me to say that, but I'm going to say this. When it come to my donks, it's the convertible 73 and 71s. They fighting. They're fighting in the back of my mind. Yeah, and the 57 Bel Air. That's my favorite old school.
You ain't driving that all the time, no. That's like...
Man, I got them things. There's certain times of the year where you got to pull them out.
Okay.
I got one, I got $500,000 in. I got another one, I got 300 in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, how big is this collection? You expecting this collection to get to?
I don't know.
You just do it.
I don't know. Last time somebody asked me how many cars you really think you got, I said, I know I'm 200.
Damn, Ross, what you gonna do with all these cars? Love them?
Man, we might have to open a museum one day.
You think big,
This could be a historical, this is the black culture.
You think big?
This is the black culture.
There's nothing that ever says to you, oh, I can't do that.
Why? That's going to be the first thing. If something was to tell me we can't do it, then I'm going to ask why.
We can't do it.
What's the wall? What's going to keep us from doing it?
Okay.
And then let's figure that out now. What's going to stop us from doing it?
I dig it.
Because it's somebody we could go talk to that could goddamn help us push this door open.
I like it. Now, give me your next of all the stuff that you got in here on the table right now. What thing is the closest to your heart right now?
Well,
Other than pushing your artists, because I see his cups up there.
yeah. You know Nino Breeze, and the music is always
It's always
first and foremost.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because nothing else would be here if it wasn't for the music, the vibes. But the Champagne Luke Belaire, we've been putting in work over a decade.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Wow, time be flying.
Yeah.
Wow, congratulations.
Most definitely. So that's Luke Belaire, that's the Rum, that's the Vion, that's the Deacon. That's 5 different spirits, Slippery Soap.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Ethica, Official Rap Snacks, our potato chips, the noodles, Wing Stops, Checkers. I'm an author, 2 New York Times bestsellers.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Of course, Double MG.
Yeah, real.
Yeah. We could keep going. Let me see. Drink CTRL. That's like a protein vibe. You know what I mean?
And what's the detailer thing that I'm holding right here is a slippery slope. This is the soap that you was just talking
most
about.
definitely. You
This
know,
is good?
Oh man, that's the best. As a youngster, you know, I came up washing cars because I wanted to be so close to the cars. The dope boys pull up. You know what I'm talking about? Shit, they'll give me an extra 20. Shit, I put the gas in your car, and if you leave it with me long enough, I'll reorganize your CD case.
He said CD
Yeah,
case.
I was one of them. If you had a Vert, if you had a Donk, you know what I mean? If you was riding Vogues, if you was on MCOs and Lows, you know what I'm saying? You
Whatever
had
it
that
takes.
Zapco EQ in there, you had your music. Shit, I just wanted to do it for you. Don't even trip, you know what I'm saying?
How many different types of the cleaner do you have?
It's maybe 5 or 6 in the Rick Ross collection. You know what I mean? It's 5 or 6 in the collection. Y'all could go on the website, slipperysoap.com.
Wow.
And that was something that, once again, a brother that I met at the car show, very first car show, brother who live out here in Houston.
Really?
Yeah, I met him at the car show. I seen how he moving, seen he was a man of his word. I seen the product. We had a conversation. We created a partnership. And right now, we closing one of the biggest situations for that right there, going to be in one of the biggest brands. We just can't all the way say it yet.
Congratulations
But
to the homie.
he actually here right now.
Yeah, I see you got an H-Town address on it.
Oh, better believe it. That's what I'm letting you know. So when it come to, I bump into an entrepreneur, it don't matter where you from, brother. Long as you on your A game and you really focus and you at that point in your life, you can't take no more losses, because that's the only way we gonna move. Let's move
There's
forward.
not
Let's
a
do
long
some
line
business.
of people that's trying to get in front of Rozay to
It's
bring them.
yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
But you know, when you look them in their eyes and let them know you ain't ready, and I ain't saying you can't make it, but go back.
You can
and
tell them, you okay with telling them that? Because that's a hard thing to do. Because
No,
then
it
like,
ain't.
you walk away, they like, oh
No, it
man,
ain't.
Rozay
No, it
hating
ain't.
on me, man. He trying to
Nah,
stop
we
me.
don't talk like that. I want you to be rich forever. Let's get some paper together. You could get way more paper than me. I pray for you. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe. That's the only way I know how to do it.
I'm not mad
I
at
ain't never thought I'd be the one that was on woo, 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 woo. That wasn't even the play.
Right.
I just wanted to get in the game. After you done tried for so long, man, I just want I need me a hit record. You know what I'm saying? I was writing songs for other people, doing this, doing that. I'm like, damn, Rozay, boy, I need me a hit record. You don't know when it's gonna come or if it'll ever come.
Right.
Life
That's what
don't
I
owe
say.
you nothing.
That's the line right there. Life don't owe you nothing. That's a song. Tell me about the dental office, man. Your hands is so much stuff. This is wild.
Oh man, it's genius. It's genius. It's genius. Shout out to my partner Mario Montoya. He the #1 celebrity dentist in the game. So before I decided to go get my smile right, you know, I just did my homework. Had my people looking into it, and everybody kept coming back. They say this we #1. Mario Montoya, he #1. Where he at? He in Cali, Colombia. I gotta go to Colombia to see him, man. I don't know about that. I don't know, man. Nigga got too much money. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just. So when I finally went to Cali, Colombia, I got my smile done as soon as I got back. Man, I went home a couple hours. French Montana hit me. Some more of my homies hit me. And some of my homies already had their teeth done. And they like, I'm going to go back and see homie. So I just kept plugging him with all my people. And it was just one of them things like, yo, you see the vision here? You need to come on this side and make it much more convenient. and you could go ahead and times 10 this thing. What I say, whatever you got going on, you could times 10 it. You just got to make it that much easier for everybody.
So is this the first? This is the first office opening up in ATL.
Very first office.
Congratulations! When did that open?
Last week, the grand opening.
Literally
just opened
wow.
a week ago, and it's off to an amazing start. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about.
Okay, what's the dream for Rozay? Because you got your hand in so many things. What's the big dream? Where do I want my dynasty to go?
I'm going to tell you like this. For all the young hustlers that's watching, I remember it used to be, I want to be a millionaire. I got $1 million. I want to make it to 10. When I got 10, I could make 100. I got 100. Shit. We could hit a B. You know what I mean? I'm downhill racing to a B right now.
Yes, sir.
Now let's not put no cap on it, little homies. Everybody that's watching it. All you got to do is make sure you executing whatever the plan is that you got to do. Let the money fall in place.
Now, Nino, how do you fall in line here? Because, you could have probably went anywhere. You could have signed with anybody, but you like, you know what? Let me, I like what Ross is talking about. What was it and why?
I mean, like, first and foremost, it's deeper than rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had ties outside of music.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And this the big homies, especially the biggest from Florida, and I like to put on for the crib. So, the chemistry was just there. I was already vibing with them. They already, just the mob, they move how I move. They represent what I represent. So, I don't know, it just felt organic, you feel me?
Mm-hmm,
But I would say my contribution, or maybe like what my role is, you would think that with Rozay having the crib on Star Island, ride around on his own private jet, you feel me? You would think he's just so far gone that he ain't really tapped in with the soil. And like, it's just so many of my homeboys who see me moving with dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Seeing him get on songs with me off the scrim for just like bringing me around all these different markets and really putting on to where they was like, nah, dog really see eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? Ain't looking down on nobody. So it just keep the connection there.
I'm glad you said that. That's a good question.
Yeah.
What is keeping you grounded? Because at this point, you could be very, very snooty.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. You could be. You got your businesses now. There was the people who probably hating on you in the beginning, said you wasn't going to get where you get. You go through all kind of stuff out there, people down talking, and it doesn't stop you from doing what you do. What is keeping you grounded?
That's just me. That's just Rozay. I woke up this morning, smoked one, and had my homie take me to Breakfast Club. Yeah, I want fried catfish, eggs, grits, that thick toast too. You know what I'm
How's
saying?
your health, man?
And
How
that
are you doing
lemonade.
with the health, man?
Man, I'm on my A game. You know what I'm saying?
Are you?
I'm on my A game, man. I just started riding bikes about two weeks ago.
Oh, God, they got you in that game.
They got me in that game.
My boy's trying to get me. I'm like, dude,
Boy, I ain't
I
gonna
can't.
lie, boy. Rozay lower back was hurting. Boy. I said, damn, this bike game. But it's just all about remaining creative. You know what I mean? So we still exercising. You know what I'm saying? I'ma always eat how Rozay eat.
You helping him out, bro?
I know he got his own routine. I be seeing him upload. You know what I'm saying? What's the Morning Glory?
Morning
Next
Glory,
day, he ready. You know what I'm saying? He coming through. But yeah, that's what I would say. I feel like it make a connection with like the new generation of the or the ones that's really like still in the streets are still going through it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just
It's hard to do, though.
That connection.
But it's hard to do, man, because
You know what
the
I'm
more
saying?
you do, the more you make, the further away you get.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep a lot of people around you that keep you grounded, so to
But
speak.
that's why we pushing up. You feel me? That's why we in H-Town. You feel me? Like he said, we was at Breakfast Club this morning, Trill Burgers. What's dog with the oysters?
Lynn, shout out to Lynn.
Yeah. So like everywhere we go,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We make sure we tap in with the ones that's like, just really the ones where they from, and we want to see the culture. We want to feel the vibes. We want to make sure we connect in a real way.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And Rozay, why is your name not on this bill? Why is you just popping up? Is it so you can just pop up in city to city, or if you don't want to do it no more, you can get off the tour?
Nah, it's because I had other obligations before I even became a
so
part
you
of the
so
tour.
you can't put your name on
Yeah,
it.
I got things in different places. So let's say, for instance, I knew this was something I wanted to do for me and Nino Breeze to come out here just for Nino to see him and Plies link up. That conversation they had for me was fulfilling. Boosie, and then just to see how all the other acts, all the young legends, networking, how they performing, and we could get on the stage at a certain time when we could get on the jet, go to Vegas, whatever it was we went to. The residency.
We went to Vegas.
Yeah,
the same night that we had the show in VA.
Yeah, so it's like because of that, just because I got the jet, boom, we could go on, get on stage a little earlier, fly out, even if it's all the way across the country, and do the obligations we had before this tour even came up. But let's double up and get it all. I know what this means for little bro.
Why you still sound so hungry, man? Like you ain't got nothing. We went through a whole interview. You telling me all these different dishes.
I'm just telling you to play.
You make it sound like, man, I got to get this. Your conversation sound like somebody. You started this conversation by saying you trying to get you close to the Billy mark, but your conversation sound like somebody that has yet to achieve $1 million.
Yeah, man, and that's a blessing. That's a blessing.
That's why it is what it is.
Don't let a certain number or amount of money fulfill your desires. It ain't no. That's why I said it. Don't put no cap. Don't even put no number on what you think. Oh boy, I'ma chill once. Nah. Cause you have been in 20 years, you have been ran that number down, and guess what? You still hungry. You still want to get out there and shine. You still have that desire of being in the club, even when you shouldn't. Even when the people you do big business with, are you comfortable being in the club? Yeah. I want to go to camp tonight. We was in New Orleans last night. We was in where we was at before that in the after party in Dallas, and you know what I'm saying? That's what it was. We had a dope after party in Dallas. That's what I still love to do.
I got you. And finally, man, is there any way ever for all you moguls to ever work? Because all these hundreds of millions of dollars that all of you guys got, I would love to see a conversation that could happen amongst the group of you, especially in hip hop, because y'all like the first generation that's getting it. You know what I'm saying? And it would be great. And everybody individually is doing their thing. But man, if we could get all these different major heads to come together and do something major. And I know you probably get asked this question, but is there any time that you think all of y'all could sit down in a room and say, hey, I'm going to take 100, why you laughing, dog? I'm going to take 100 million. I'm going to take 100 million, and I'm going to take 100 million, and we're going to put these 100 millions together, and here's going to be our economic goal.
As long as I'm in control of the money. Because these other motherfuckers will fuck the money.
Oh, my God.
And you got to be able to dress. If you can't dress, you can't put well more money.
Man, I'm done. I tried, man. I tried to bring all the moguls together. It's not going to happen. I tried. I did my part.
You did. You tried, though.
Let's
give a round of applause.
Thank you. I want to see all the moguls come together. I appreciate you, man. Y'all, congratulations. Keep doing what you do. Much success to you, young brother, okay?
Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Ross, thank you, my brother.
Too easy. Every time. Every time.